even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It
Gets the people going.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Cartoon Mike.
What up, Brendo? How are you this week? Man, and I'm going to tell y'all people, we really love doing this show because we just spent about 45 minutes trying to get this shit right. And for some reason, we have no video. We have no video, Brendan.
Mike is on the lam from the law and doesn't want to put his whereabouts on the internet. So we had,
There you go, buddy.
He's taking...
Except I'll be at work tomorrow, so there's that.
We could put one of those, like, pixely screens and voice distorters like they do in all those gang shows that I like so much, like the guys that flipped and they're like, let me tell you what really went down. You're like,
that's exactly what they're going to think.
The snitch show. The snitch show. Mike's on the snitch show.
No, because this is my voice. We're not distorting shit. I ain't snitching on.
You just got darker.
Yes.
Black.
Yeah.
Midnight.
Black. I'm midnight
Darkness.
Black. Black. Man,
like
how you been this week, bro?
Wesley Snipes neck hair. Black. I've been all right. I've been good.
I ain't heard that before. That was a good one.
Oh, thanks. I'll keep it in my repertoire then. You don't look like Wesley Snipes at all. I don't think.
Oh no, I ain't that black in real life, but on your screen I am right now, so we can go with it.
I've going out and doing comedy and stuff. People are like, you know who you look like? A lot, and I mean a lot. And the best part is they're usually very far off with what they're throwing at me. Who have you been told you look like? Let's say recently.
Most recently, I was told I look like Mandisi. Me and Mandisi, you probably have no clue who Mandisi is. He's like some Love and Hip Hop dude.
Yeah.
But we look nothing alike.
Didn't you once get found in a shoe store as this person?
That's the Mandisi today. Literally some girl was gonna go, like she went in the back because my homeboy literally is amping her up as if I'm really Mandisi. So as she's saying, oh my goodness, you're Mandisi, I'm saying, oh my goodness, I'm not Mandisi. My homeboy's like, yo, it is Mandisi, but he want to keep a low profile.
Of course. That's a good friend. That's what you have to do in that situation.
But he's like, yo, but go in the back and get your phone, you know what I'm saying? He'll take one picture with you. I'm sitting there trying to talk this girl out of this foolishness, but lo and behold, she goes to the back and get her phone. She doesn't get a picture though, because I stop her like, bro, if you show somebody a picture of me with you and you tell them you think it's Mandisi, you're gonna feel worse than you do right now, because they're gonna laugh so hard because we don't look like it's not even close. It's not even close.
Oh man, I don't think I've ever taken a picture with somebody as like, hey, yeah, I'm this person you think I am. That's a little over the top, I think. But I think you could have definitely got a discount on the sneaks. You should have done that.
Well, that's what he was trying to do, but I kept saying no. Like,
when she went to go get her phone in the back, he could have just walked out with some sneaks, and they'd be like, bro, Mandisi just stole from Foot Locker. And he'd be like, yep, that guy's a piece of shit. And you walk away with some sneaks, some Jordans or something. I don't know. Seems like you could have got something out of that.
Yeah, but I'm good. But man, it's like celebrity lookalikes who make money off of being celebrity lookalikes. Like after this episode, like look up like Smirkio or like the fake Drake. Like these dudes get bookings and stuff.
Oh yeah,
because they look like these dudes, and they get paid like this. The Smirkio dude, you have probably not no clue who Lil Durk is.
Well, yeah, I do.
Oh, Lil,
but Smirkio,
you know who
I
Lil
don't know
Durk
who
is.
that is.
No, but that's Lil Durk's looking like. He gets paid to be out. He gets paid, but then like Durk's ops be trying to beat him up. Since you're a Durk looking like, they be trying to beat him up too. So he's got to deal with that part of it too. But I'm telling you, man, like people make money any type of way. It's the craziest thing.
That is wild. I get like I don't have doppelgangers that I've seen necessarily, but I get I don't know what even the type of word is, accused of looking like certain people. I get Joel McHale all the time. Joel McHale used to, I know you probably wouldn't know who he is. He used to host Talk Soup on the E channel, and he was the white guy in Community.
Never seen that show. Never seen the E channel.
I get Soup. Joel McHale a lot.
And this is pre or post blonde?
I'm not blonde. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I'm wearing a hat.
You are wearing a hat. I don't know.
Do you think I should be blonde? Frosted tips?
I don't know if you should. I don't know if you should be blonde, but I think I saw you blonde somewhere, buddy.
No? Okay, so here's how I'll lay this out. There is a picture of me right now on the internet machine, on Instagram specifically, at Brendan McCorkle Comedy. I was over at a mic last week or some shit. I don't remember. And they posted a photo of everybody that was at the mic. It's very nice of them to do. And so I go and I look through, and normally I don't I don't know. I need to start being better about reposting stuff that people post or tag me in. So I'm trying. But everybody knows my lack of affinity for social media. So I go and I I'll repost this. And then I look at it and I was like,
you're a comedian and has a podcast.
I know. I'm just an asshole to myself only. That's just not only, but mostly, I should say. And so I go and look at this picture, and I'm like, I've got my regular beard, brown, like the sides of my hair where they're shorter, brown, and then it's like the top is just peacocked in blonde. And I had to do a discount double check on it. I'm like, who is this fella that's wearing all my shit? And then I look at it, it's just like, I don't know if it's the lighting, I don't know what. I mean, it's obviously the lighting, but just the combination of everything. It looks like my hair is purposely blonde, and like I definitely like streaked it in, like tipped the whole thing. It's interesting to say the least.
It definitely does. Blonde looks good on you, man. Especially with the brown facial. You threw some blonde tips in there, man. You look like the old Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know that that's a good look, though. I think the frosted tips is officially gone.
Nah, man. You just gotta be able to pull it off, bro.
Well, I mean, I think I could if I wanted to. I just don't want to. I don't know that I want to. What do you think? Do you like the blonde or do you like the standard?
I think you should go ahead and give yourself some frosted tips, bro.
I can't see your face right now, but I think that you're smirking pretty heavily. You're grinning from ear to ear while you're telling me this.
I'm not, man. I think you should really get some frosted tips, bro.
Why? I didn't lose a punishment.
Take it back to the 90s.
Should I put on my puka shell necklace too?
Yeah.
Or is that too far?
Nah. Go all out.
See? Yeah. See, had you said, no, that's too far, then I might have started to believe you. But nope. You're like, yeah. Go on board the douche train, the whole ride. No, I don't want to do that.
Why not, Brendan?
I did look like I was trying out for a boy band with that bleached hair. Look. Trying out for No Direction. It's the worst, man. I don't know. Back in the day when everybody, by the way, when everybody in the time I was middle school and high school. What?
No Direction's a real band?
No, One Direction is a band, though. No Direction is the joke.
I was making sure. I don't be knowing, so I wanted to check that, but go ahead.
98 degrees. When I go to touch my toes, I can only get 98 degrees towards the ground. I can't go the full 90. There's a bunch of boy band jokes in there, probably. But no, in high school, I actually, not even high school, it was after. But when everybody was doing the frosted tips, I dyed my hair black. And I had blonde hair. I was just like, nope, I want to do the opposite of everybody. This thing that you guys are trying for, I'm taking it away from myself.
Do you make jokes about what's the new boy band, the Korean pop? Do you make K-pop
BTS?
jokes? There you go.
Bowel tremble syndrome? I don't know. There's something there too. There's something in everything, Mike. That's the beauty of comedy, is when you think an idea is exhausted, it's not.
I'm talking about you already. You're talking about making up jokes as you go. Okay, never mind. I thought you might have already had
the no direction thing I had in my back pocket.
Okay.
Nothing else, though. No direction
okay.
I've used on stage once, or like... Honestly, I usually use it in chit-chat with other comics when they're, everybody's trying to help each other sometimes, and sometimes people are just like, here's what you should do. You're like, okay, thanks. For nothing. Don't talk to me. But it always comes up about my looks. Again, the Joel Osteen. Somebody called me Joel Osteen. I'm like, I don't think you know who you're talking about. But with all this stuff, a lot of it comes to my looks. And it's like, I'm just like, yeah, I know I look like I'm trying out for a boy band or a failed boy band or any canceled Maroon 5, Adam Levine. I'm trying out for his spot. Yeah. Like, just, that's where the no direction thing came up. Yeah, I'm trying out for no direction. It's more of like a throwaway, like, we don't need to talk about this subject anymore than I actually use it on stage. But I mean, there's room for it everywhere.
You probably could have tried out for a boy band. You're boy bandish looking. Especially if you had the
I don't have the boy band dance moves though.
You can't dance, bro?
I think I'm okay, but I don't have like the choreographed bang 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 moves.
Nah, you learn that. That's why it's called choreograph, bro.
I don't know, but they're all kind of lame. I mean, I can't sing, so number one, I automatically qualify for a boy band.
4 out of 5. I'm about to say 4 out of 5 of the members can't sing.
That's what I'm saying. You only need one. Every now and again, you get lucky and get a 1.5. You get a Jay-Z Chazé.
That's it. You get 1.5, and then you try to, get lucky. That's
by the way,
if you get more than 1.5, you're a lucky man.
The second best voice in the Backstreet Boys is that AJ guy, the psychopath. He's got the second best voice.
And the second best voice in the other group was Lance, I think, right? That's his name.
I don't know.
And he really can't sing worth of crap.
Yeah.
That's why when Timberlake left, it was like, his sync was over. It didn't even try to make another record. It was like just a single. Okay, this ends.
That was like when New Kids on the Block wanted to go all solo. Only one of y'all are gonna make it, and you're gonna be making hamburgers.
At least Backstreet tried. They tried to do something.
I think Backstreet did the thing where they realized first that they were like, hey, this splitting up thing, solo stuff is not good. Let's come right back together. Because they were only like trying solo stuff for like a year. Then the next summer they had a new Backstreet Boys hit again. They're like, yeah. Let's not mess with this. Let's ride this out until we can't stand each other anymore. And then we're gone for good. And then they did until like their reunion tours. Good for them.
Yeah, because Backstreet Boys without each other would have just been boys on some street.
Yeah, they're not great individually by any means.
Not at all.
All right.
Not at all.
So let me ask you this, if some of these boy bands turn zombie. Basically what I want to ask you, if there was some sort of an apocalypse type of situation, are you the type of person that would hunker down, or are you more of the marauder type?
First of all, let's start with the fact that you and I both know I don't believe in vampires. So
I didn't say vampires. I said zombies.
Or zombies. They all the same.
Okay. Well then, so let's individualize this. Okay. Let's say there's creatures, vampires, zombies, both of them, zampires, zombies, whatever, that have overtaken the world in this hypothetical situation, and you are where you are and you are who you are. Are you the type of person that hunkers down at home, is like, I got my guns and let me get some food and then fuck you guys, good luck? Or are you the type of person that goes out and is like, no, I'm going to go take whatever I need, be on the run, and murder everything in sight?
Well, here's the thing. So the whole hunkering down thing only lasts but so long because you weren't prepared for this. So eventually you're going to have to go out anyway.
Right.
So your best chance of survival, because you're going to have to go out and get the shit you need anyway, is to stay on the move. So the marauder type is more likely in a survival situation. Like, that's your best way of survival. Because you're hunkering down, how long can you hunker down? What, you going to go out, go get what you need, and then come back to it?
Yeah.
And I don't know. And see, I don't believe in none of this, so I don't even want to get too deeply wrapped up in this idea. But, like, how do zombies even work? Or do they just move towards the smell of human beings? Or, like, what? How, like, why are they coming to it? Why are they coming to bother me?
I
Like, why are they just going
I think they're all
back to the
different.
graveyard?
I think they're all different, but in general, zombies want to eat brains. And usually it's one of those things where they can either smell your brains if they get close enough, or they can't really do anything until they see you. But then once they see you, it's like, we know where you are. So,
and see, look, I'll go down this road and just be caught up in it because I just have so many questions on how this all, like, it's all fake, so it's not gonna happen. But, like, how like, do they die and come back together? Who is the zombies? Where they come from?
okay, let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you a different.
Like, are they turning humans into zombies? So then,
yeah, that's generally once you get a zombie vampire.
So
it's kind of the same thing. Like, once they get a hold of you, they're gonna kill you, or you turn into them. That's kind of the only.
The zombie apocalypse would never happen in this world.
Okay, well then let me rephrase this apocalypse in a
Too many
different
guns,
way.
buddy.
So
Too many guns out here.
let's say
they might get 100 deep before they're all killed, but you ain't taking over the world.
Okay, so let's say that there's like an uprising amongst humans, and they're like, fuck this, we're overthrowing the government. Or there's like a nuclear winter type of thing. Like, Russia says F you to everybody, everybody says F you to Russia and China, and everybody just bang, 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 bang. And then you're one of the survivors. Do you go out and be a marauder and take what you need as you go? Trust no one? Or do you try and shelter in place, go out as needed, and survive as long as you can?
Yeah, I'm going out. I'm seeing what's still out here in the world. I want to see who else has made it. Who else is on the other side of it? Like the Book of Eli, man.
So you're just going to be just knowing that people are coming after your shit too, so I'm going to get you first and take whatever you got.
Hey, why would they be coming after my shit? We're the only people left on Earth. We can go to the stores and shit together and get shit. Like, the whole world is ours.
But it's nuclear winter. You guys don't know if you're infected. You guys don't know if you're on the good side or the bad side. And what if it's an uprising, just a general uprising? Like, you can't trust anyone. Or do you? Are you the trusting type?
Trusting for that. I am. Sorry to say, I probably end up dying that way, but I ain't. If something like that happened and I saw somebody, my first instinct is going to be to, like, yo, how can we help each other? If they happen to kill me, then so be it. But that's going to be my first instinct in a situation like that, honestly. Truth told.
What about if there's a female president? What do you do then? Do you go out marauding, or do you stay home, hunker down? Like, what do you do in that type of awful situation?
You can do what you want because you know a female president is going to blow both of those countries up. If they made us have a nuclear winter, you know they don't got no sense, buddy. They're going to blow. It's going to be so many casualties. Listen, if we had a female president, wait till her time of the month. Like, she's just gonna be killing shit. She's gonna be detonate left, detonate right. Like, anybody can die. She'll be blowing up countries. There's gonna be people sitting in the middle of the ocean because she didn't knock them off as part of the continent. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to get our first female president.
I love that. That's everybody's argument. Is that time of the month? It's like, have you never been with a woman?
Exactly.
It's the week before the period that you got to watch out for.
You're truthfully about that. You're absolutely
once that trigger finger gets itchy, it's like, hey man, let's just back off a little bit. Let's ride out these next few days, because as soon as the thing comes, it's a different mindset. You're gonna be okay. You still that's what women. Sorry, in my research, that's how the periods work. Women go from pissy right before they have it, to angry while it's happening, to horny when it's over, and then they get a week where they just get to feel normal. It's a rough life. I don't wish that upon myself. I'm glad I don't have all the female internal stuff, but I do have to say, there would be a hell of a lot of war crimes that are redacted. It's like, hey, we're going to murder you this week. And then next week's like, listen, maybe I was looking at that from the wrong angle. Okay. I still don't like it.
There's going to be a lot of that too. There's going to be a lot of that.
Maybe we could just have some tea and strumpets instead and talk about Law and Order, the newest episode.
It's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of bluffing. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of bluffing, but it's also going to be a lot of blowing up. I'm telling you now.
Maybe there would be something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a different angle on that. But that's the same angle. It's just anybody that's president is going to do stupid shit, and they're not even allowed to do that much. It's just dumb.
Like Biden. Shout out to Biden for being a fool.
Yeah, good for him. Check it off your bucket list. President. You did it, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like LeBron's longevity award. Good for you.
A shit job or a good job. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Well, enough about people.
Hey, look, you're a Lakers fan. Why are you like hating on LeBron longevity anymore?
I'm not. I'm saying that's the equivalent of being president of the United States. Like, you got to the top. Good for you. What are you going to do with it?
I'm
Nothing?
On this award. Right. I just wanted to see what you say. I hate the fact that he's the all-time leading scorer in the NBA. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't think it's going to be relevant for as long as people think it is. So I don't really care.
I'm with you on that. I think Kareem had it for 20 years. 40 years. Yeah. I think LeBron might. Yeah. I think LeBron might have it for 20. Maybe.
I don't think it's going to last that long. He might have it for 8 to 10.
Maybe. I think we have seen the person playing basketball that's going to break that record. Like,
exactly. I think that somebody is currently playing that's going to break his record. And if they're already playing, they're not going to play another 20 years. I'm thinking they're going to play another second half of their career. Or 2/3. You know what I mean? Another 8 to 12 years, and that thing's gone.
Yeah,
not really sweating.
I'm telling you now, Luka won't need 20. He'll need about 17 at the pace he scores.
Honestly,
LeBron's never averaged 30 in his career.
I think it's going to be
Luka's averaged 30 for 2 years now. So.
I think it's going to be a race between Steph and Luka. Like, it'll be kind of a race that's not a race. It's like who gets there first if you can make it that long type of a deal. Because Luka plays hard. So who knows if he's going to be able to be playing like that for that long. But he also
doesn't care as much.
He doesn't care as much. He also has enough skill to where he can adjust his game the older he gets and continue to score. So I'm not too worried about him. Steph can shoot from outside for however long he wants. So there's for those two reasons is why I think those two are the guys. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, they're going to be able to challenge each other competitively if that's kind of the race that starts to become in a few years. Then it's going to be like, oh, normally I don't care about this, but I want to beat him. You know what? It's not a me thing. It's a fuck him thing. That's where the best motivation comes from. So not that I want to be the best. I just want to be better than him because I can see him right now and I'm better than him. You know, it's when you're doing that generational stuff. That's when you need an ego like a LeBron or an MJ or a Kobe. That's like, I want to be the greatest ever. And it's like, okay, Luka's like, I'm just going to be the greatest ever. And you call me whatever you want to call me when I'm done type of a situation. It seems more like he's like, I'm here to win today, bitch.
There you go.
So he has that fighter's mentality, but then it might change, once it's like, oh, we have these other accolades and individual things. It's like, okay, what's next? Then he might engage that. Or even a Steph who's just like, I still don't have a chance. You're still counting me out. I might be the all-time leading scorer, you assholes. Let me just keep jacking threes. Who knows?
Yeah, Steph should just keep shooting as long as he wants, because that boy can shoot. That ball can shoot.
He sure can. Oh, I think I'm taking a smoke break soon.
It's good, man. I'm gonna take one after whenever my next trip to Cali is. There are quite a few strands that I see people post, because I follow like the famous strand people, cookies and shit like that. I ain't giving too many more people like name drops, but everybody knows them. So, but and it's a lot of strands I want to try before I take a break.
Why wouldn't you take a break before you tried all them? That way you would get.
Because it's not gonna be like a small break like you. Like I'm probably gonna take a long break, maybe even quit. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, man. There's some reasoning behind it, but
I'm sure there is. I'm still standing by what I said. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm sure. Everyone in my life would say the same thing.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm not. I am no more special than anybody in this conversation. It's my humble opinion as your homie. I will say, like, I blew a cloud of smoke the other night. I was sitting on the patio, and we have, like, a motion sensor light. I blew a cloud of smoke that was so big, the light turned on. And I was like, all right. Maybe we're smoking a lot, buddy. If that's one of your hits, you're turning on motion sensor lights. I just kind of was like, not that was a big thing, but I was just like, damn, dude, that's a lot of smoke. And then after I had went inside, I was like, I'm not even that high, dude. And I was out there puffing. You know what I mean? It was more of the aftermath that I was like, okay, dude, what are we doing here? And honestly, my tolerance gets way out of whack when I eat edibles, and my back's been really fucking with me lately, so I've been like taking edibles every now and again, and as soon as you do that, it's just like smoke can't compare to the level that you're getting concentrated in edibles. So I'm just like, my throat's starting to scratch again and get like cough. Like I cough not because of anything except for just throat irritation. I'm like, yeah, okay, man. It's about that time. So now I just got to figure out my timeline of like, what am I doing here? Because I think I'm going to start like soon, like within the next couple of days. So I just got to figure out, like, am I doing this for 2 weeks? Am I doing it for a month? Am I allowing myself time in between? Like, hey, you get 5 smokes in the next whatever. You choose wisely. I don't know. What do you think?
It's an interesting concept, but it's all about what the goal is, man.
The goal. Damn it. See, and this is why I do these kinds of things, talking to you and talking to everybody else out there that's listening or watching, is I'm pretty good at if I think out something in my head, like I'll follow through with it. I don't need people to stay on me. But if I do say something like this, I'm more liable to hold my feet to the fire, like as far as what I'm committing to. Because if I do a commitment to myself, let's say I'll do it 80% of what I would do if we talked about it on air like this. So if I talk about it on air, I'm going to go push past the level I'm comfortable with and go one more level to like, I don't want to do it, but this is the part that's going to make it worth it. So part of it's partly strategic and, also so anybody that wants to join in can do the same. But I'm thinking, okay, we're about a month away from St. Paddy's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So part of this is I want to, okay, so you said part in helping with these parameters is you need to know the motivation behind it. Number one, in no particular order. I would like for my tolerance to be better. I would like to be a cheap date when it comes to smoking weed again. That would be great.
So that's at least 6 weeks.
You think?
I mean, that's what I've read from classes, whatever. People say, like to, say for
Like to detox it?
Break tolerance, that's at least 6 weeks. So if nothing else, you probably going to need you about 6 weeks off, my guy.
Yeah, it's not happening. And the other is to just be like, if I'm not smoking weed, even when I do smoke weed, I try and be like pretty good with my diet and exercise and everything. Be good to my body, this little meat vehicle that I've got. I want to try and be the best I can. Like, because I know that when I smoke weed, then sometimes it's like, my diet will go a little off here or there. Not even much. Like, I'll incorporate it into what I'm doing. So if I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have a bowl of cereal tonight, like I'll specifically not have as much for dinner because I know I'm going to smoke weed tonight. I'm going to eat a bowl of cereal. I'm going to watch a show. And so I'll incorporate like, okay, cereal, carb, calories, all this stuff for milk. Like I won't eat garbage during the day. But I know for a fact that if I cut out the weed smoking, I don't eat cereal anymore. So like things of that nature, like I could try and become a fine-tuned machine. And if I'm not eating like junk food and garbage, my brain just works better. It does. I don't get bogged down as much. So I also want to see like how much more energy and how much more efficient I can be and how much sharper I can be. Like it's kind of like a little bit of a test to see like, okay, if you cut this out and only use it sparingly from here on out, how different is your life going to be? And I think it's going to be pretty significant. Not that anybody else would notice, but I would notice. And so I think for that reason, I'm going to try and go, all right, let's put our dick on the table here, Mike. Because I'm going to go, I think a month. I think till St. Paddy's Day. There's no way. Like, I don't drink on St. Paddy's Day anymore. I'm starting a new thing that I'm going to do every year. I don't care. I'll figure out a way to go and buy a round at a bar on St. Paddy's Day, like during the like late morning with all the hooligans. Like, those are my people. Let me come buy you around. But there's no way I'm not getting twisted in some form on St. Paddy's Day. I got to get elevated. So that's a month from Friday when this comes out. So I think I hate
we come out on Thursday, but okay.
I know. That's what I'm saying. A month from Friday is St. Paddy's Day. So I think what I'm going to do is starting Friday, I'm going to go, let's see, 2 weeks, no smoke whatsoever, no THC of any kind. I still got to do my CBD stuff for my back, but so I'll go 2 weeks, no THC, and then I'll give myself 3 smokes to St. Paddy's Day as like cheat days if I need them. So no smoke for 2 weeks, 3 smokes the next 2 weeks, and see what that does.
Okay. Let me know how that goes for you.
I will. I'll be giving you updates. If I get cranky, you know why.
Your testosterone is through the roof, buddy.
Yeah. That honestly, I have noticed that was a problem. When I was working out a lot and not smoking weed at all, I was like just walking around like just ready for shit. And that's not really a good place to be all the time. So that's another thing I'm going to have to monitor is like, you know, aggression levels or like my mood, like, because sometimes it's tough. Sometimes I'm in a great mood and then something will happen and I'm like, let's fucking do it now. I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, you're just happy, buddy. So we'll see. What is your... Okay, Mr. May not smoke weed again. What is your thought process about Next time you come to Cali, you get all your flavors, do all your thing. Once those are all smoked wherever they are, why do you see that being the turning point where it's like, okay, now I'm gonna do something?
No. That ain't the turn. That's when I mean, that's what I'm saying. That I'm telling myself whenever I do that, that's when I'm gonna choose to stop. It ain't. That's just not the reason why I'm stopping. It's not
No.
like
I know, but that's
just what I want to do before I do stop. It could be tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then after you do that, you're gonna try and make the decision to be like, okay, I'm gonna stop for a period of time. Now, whether that's forever or for 3 days, I'm gonna make a conscious decision about this. Is kind of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
All right. Well, that puts me in a weird spot because, I really like smoking weed with you. So it'll be fun when you come out to Cali, but then it's going to be a little sad too.
No need to be sad, man. We all gonna quit someday.
Yeah. Most of us when we're dead.
Nah, a lot of people gonna quit long before that, man.
If it's not good for you, definitely quit. And if it doesn't really affect your happiness, do whatever the fuck you want.
Don't quit.
Listen, man, I got a grandma who's just like, I won't stop smoking. I won't stop eating what I want. I don't have much life left. Leave me the fuck alone. And it's like, yeah.
She did.
Okay. Good. At least somebody knows what they want in this life. Good God. It's kind of refreshing.
Yeah. Her life. She can do as she pleases.
That's right. All right. Well, let's move on to sports. We've drugged through about enough of that.
Well, it's me and you. We can talk about smoking all day long.
I know. We could talk about nothing all day long. But I do want to talk about some real stuff in the actual world. Pertaining to sports usually, because that's kind of where we hit it. NBA trades. There are only really 3 that came across my radar as significant.
What's the first one?
Westbrook out of LA. He's such a punk. I was so glad. And Utah of all places, like, yep, go hang out in Utah. Go live it up in Utah.
Are you really that mad? He was playing well.
Oh, he's such a punk bitch. He is such a punk with a little frog face. He could go somewhere else. I didn't like him when he first got on the team. I'm so glad he's gone. I don't like anything about him, really.
I mean, he played well, but I can understand not liking anything about him.
Whatever.
He is Russell Westbrook. And the Lakers made some significant moves. I like the move they made. Just people made other moves around them that are a lot better.
Yeah.
And it's just a different, just a different level of moves made between the two. But it was some good moves made by the Lakers. But then you got what Phoenix did. They're probably going to win the championship. And what your boy Giannis did in acquiring Jay Crowder.
Listen, I love Jay Crowder, but he is not changing that team.
Yeah, but like that's what they were out like when they reported on the trade. They were like, "Yo, the Milwaukee Bucks identified exactly who they want in Jay Crowder, and they got him." Oh my goodness, scary times. Jay fucking Crowder.
Yeah, we were going back and forth, and you're like, "Hang on a second, you're joking, right?" Like it took a second to be like, "Wait a second, are we having fun, or do I need to talk to you?" It's like, "No, we're having fun. Just relax." Like, how you identified? That's like trading up in the draft for Mitchell Trubisky. Everybody's like, "Okay, you didn't have to do that, but okay." Go for it.
Yeah, you knew who I was picking to win the championship if KD didn't get traded, right?
Yeah, but he did. So now how's your Brooklyn Nets shamble looking? Ben Simmons ain't even going to play anymore. They're like, we don't know what he's going to do because now he would have to have the ball. So we're fucked.
Like if all the other trades happened besides the Phoenix trade, you know who my favorite was going to be, right?
No.
Luka.
Oh, yeah.
Luka and Kyrie, they would have won the championship. if KD didn't go to Phoenix.
See,
But now it's not fair.
well, you kept saying that about Brooklyn, and look what happened there. We talked about locker rooms. I told you Brooklyn was never going to win.
It wasn't a locker room issue in Brooklyn. That's the problem. It was a locker room the locker room was together. They had an issue with the front office.
Okay, that sounds like a locker room issue to me.
No, the front office people don't be in the damn locker room. To hell with those people. But
I know, but they just never came together. And then it was, as soon as the seams start, here's the reason why I say the locker room wasn't together. Okay, locker room problems. Because when the seams start to come undone, a locker room that is tight keeps it together. And that's not what happened here. The seams started to come undone, and the finger pointing just immediately happened. And it's like, yeah, well, this guy and this guy and this guy. And it's like, you know what? Let's break it up. Let's just blow this thing up. And that's the difference.
It worked out for KD. So
it worked out for KD, kind of, but who knows?
What do you mean, who knows? If he's healthy, ain't nobody who knows championship.
Okay. I mean, I'll take the field because there's somebody else that I like more than the Suns, even with KD on that team.
There's no one that you should like more than the Suns.
I'm sticking with my Celtics pick. I think the Celtics, it's their year to win or their year to lose, however you want to look at it.
I know you can't see me, but right now I'm putting my fingers to my mouth, taking a puff, and then I'm passing you the blunt because I need you to take that blunt, put it out, and stuff it with whatever you're smoking. If you think the Boston Celtics are going to beat the Phoenix Suns in a 7-game series,
okay. Do you think that I'm out of bounds suggesting that the Phoenix Suns and Boston Celtics could meet up in the NBA Finals?
You're not out of bounds for suggesting that. You're out of bounds for suggesting anything other than the Phoenix Suns winning the finals.
Okay, well I'll take that.
The Boston Celtics will be put out, could possibly be put out in the Eastern Conference finals. Like that team's not that dynamic. They just play well regular season together because they have a lot of those guys who play hard during the regular season. Playoff time, you need superstars.
They have a superstar.
They have one.
Yeah.
A lot of other teams have two.
That's correct.
So we'll see how it goes. See how it goes for them. They just got lucky because they don't have to see Phoenix. Because Brooklyn with Kyrie and KD because they were from home. But they don't want none of Giannis and a fully healthy Middleton. Ooh. NBA playoffs should be fun this year, though.
They should be fun this year. Well, okay. NBA semifinals, conference championship, and finals should be fun this year. I don't think the beginning bullshit's going to be fun at all.
I think the first round, especially in the West, is going to be ecstatic because if it's the Lakers as an 8 versus Phoenix, who do you like?
Phoenix.
No, not as Phoenix. I'm talking about versus Denver. The Lakers as presently constituted versus Denver. Who you like?
Denver.
No way.
Yes way.
Betting odds would definitely be in favor of the Lakers if that matchup took place.
Give me the points.
I guarantee you it would. LeBron, AD, with the shooting they now have and the playoff experience compared to Jokic, who always gets kicked out of the playoffs in the first round, betting odds would definitely be on the Lakers. And guess what? So with my damn money. I ain't betting on LeBron. I ain't betting on Jokic over LeBron.
It's not a Jokic over LeBron situation. It's everybody else. And listen, AD, great sometimes, not all the time.
If he gets healthy to the playoffs, he's going to be better than Jokic. Because Jokic always smells when it comes to the playoffs. Reeks of those horses that he got over in his country.
I just don't necessarily think it's going to be that big of a deal. If it's Denver Lakers, I don't think the Lakers run through Denver by any means.
They might not run through them. I guarantee they'll be the betting favorite.
Yeah, and I'm saying, have you bet the Lakers at all this season? It's a rough go, buddy.
I just bet LeBron 30. That's the only thing I bet because he gets 30 a night.
Yeah, he's good for 32 to 36.
Yeah, or it could be Golden State and Denver. So who you taking?
Oh, see there, I take Golden State.
See? And
it's a Laker thing. It's not a Denver thing.
I know the Lakers are old, and LeBron gets all this credit for the points he scored, but he doesn't play any damn defense. I get all that. But I'm talking when the playoffs come, it's just a different monster.
I know it's a
You
different
need
mindset, but he's
dog.
also he's broken down.
Yeah, but you need veterans and dogs. Who in
Yeah.
Denver is playoff tested?
I
Who's
don't
been through
know.
those wars?
I don't
Not a
know, and I
soul,
don't
not a
care.
single one of them ain't been through those wars. Gotta
Yeah,
be built
well,
for this,
they've
man.
also lost a lot of wars. So I'm just saying, I don't think it makes that big of a difference. I think it's going to be probably the Suns and the Mavs in the conference finals,
That's who it'll be.
and probably the Bucks and the Celtics again.
That's probably not who it's gonna be, but
I mean,
I
who do
think
you
it's gonna
think
be
in the
Bucks.
East is going to challenge the Celtics?
I think it's gonna be Bucks Heat.
Oh, you think the Heat go on that tear up the playoff ladder, huh?
I just think if they get healthy, they got the pieces. I know Cleveland's a sleeper, man. Cleveland's a real sleeper. But
Cleveland,
I just think
Cleveland, I think is going to be a tough go for one of the top teams. Like whoever's got to play them, if in like a 7-game series, I don't know which way that goes. I don't care who the other team is. Like they just are grinding everybody down, and all of a sudden Donovan Mitchell's got his space and he's becoming a leader. They're
it's all
interesting to
about how these
watch.
matchups. Yeah, it's all about how these matchups play out because the 76ers are pretty good too on any given night. It's about
Yeah, but
matchups,
that's the
man.
thing is they're good on any given night. If you put them in a series, I don't think they come out alive. That's
You
that
don't think so?
honestly, like they could very well beat somebody by 30 points one night and then lose to them 3 games in a row. Easy.
Yeah, and look, Joel's top 3 players in the NBA, so they always got a puncher's chance.
But yeah, I agree. Same thing with Giannis. It's like, I mean, Boston almost took Milwaukee out the other night in overtime, and they didn't have 3 of their best players, 3 of their best 4 players playing, and they still gave them a run for their money. So it's like, if Giannis isn't
Regular
on,
season.
you know, I know it's a regular season, but but they were also playing pretty hard. I watched the second half of that game, and Giannis was going for it. He was just missing. He was doing that drive to the lane, 1 step to the right, try and go in, or just drive it and put his shoulder down, and he was coming up with bricks. Had he not been coming up with bricks, Milwaukee dominates that Boston team. But if Giannis isn't on, they're an extremely beatable team.
Yeah, but in the playoff, he's on.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I've seen it, but I've also seen him not be on and them lose. So this one player Embiid type of situation, when you get those guys in a series, if they're not on for the whole series, they lose. Their team loses. It's rare that the main player cannot step up and the team elevates to the next round. It's rare. Ask Luka. Ask KD. Ask these guys that know. That's why they have to be on all the time. That's why they're ball hogs. You know what I mean? It's like, don't take the last shot. He's like, what? And give it to one of these fucking idiots? No. I'd rather be triple covered and shoot from 38 feet out. And you're like, okay. I mean, I get it, but you're relying way too much on one person. I'm more going towards the team. And I think that the Boston Celtics, with that team that can play hard, granted in the regular season, if they can bring some of that to the postseason and then let their superstar get the superstar calls that he gets and let your other nonsense people that are fucking invaders do their thing, I think the Celtics are just the most solid all-around team because they do have a top 5 superstar.
I think they're a very good all-around team. I just don't think when the playoffs come, it's going to work. I think
they're
they don't have enough superstar star power.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my opinion just comes from the Celtics not winning, but Tatum having progressively a little bit more success and starting to, in big games, take on the veteran role. Like, okay, I'm taking over now. I know what I got to do. And I've just seen him mature as a leader, so I think that same as like a Giannis had to do. Granted, Giannis and Tatum are not the same guy, but Giannis was like, okay, these guys can only do so much. I have to push them through. And even though I haven't been here yet and I haven't won anything yet, at some point I'm going to have to. So it's now. And I think that's Jason Tatum's mentality, kind of the way that I've seen his body language and the way he performs on the court recently in the past, since maybe like halfway since the All-Star break of last year, is like, I got to do this. And then as soon as he took that over, it's like, oh shit, watch out for the Celtics. And I think that this year is going to be his best opportunity for the Celtics to cash in a championship without having that next level experience. And if they don't do it this year, I think that window shuts tight and fast. But if they do, I think they're able to build off it, because then somebody's going to want to come to a winner. You know what I mean? My thoughts anyway.
Yeah, they're definitely, they were in the KD sweepstakes. They were trying to get KD for Brown. So they definitely know they need a superstar, because they know what the playoffs are all about. They want to win championships. To win championships, you need superstar power.
Yeah. I get it. I think that a 1B player would take him over the top, or even a 1A. But, when you have a top 5 guy, if you can get a top 15 next to him with a good supporting cast, that's what you're saying they have in Phoenix. And they have some of that in Phoenix, but I think they also gave away some of their core pieces. Jay Crowder might not be much to the Milwaukee Bucks, but he meant a lot to the Phoenix Suns. And so it's more of a loss for them than a gain for Milwaukee. And they have a couple of players that they let go like that to acquire other things. And, they got Kevin Durant, for crying out loud. It's fantastic. But what does that second team look like? Granted, they're not playing all the time, but what does that second team look like?
The second team is a whole bunch of middle-of-the-pack guys, but they're decent dudes. But they ain't going to play many minutes. The starting 5 is going to average 32 to 36 minutes a game. It's only a 48-minute game. You can find 12 minutes among Cameron Payne and I forget the Lavic, the center dude they got. And they got some couple of nice little pieces. They won the game over there. They don't got KD right now, and they're still winning, so they got pieces. They got
they were a decent team to begin with, and KD
it don't
puts
matter
them over the top.
Who else you have. If you got Chris Paul, Booker, KD, and Aiden, you can stagger their minutes and always have 2 superstars on the floor. Even though Aiden is not legit superstar, but he's stardom. Yeah. And he's a max player, so he's a legit stardom. But the other 3 are legit superstars in the NBA.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. I'll still take the Celtics over the Suns.
You think?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know that the Suns will make it all the way to the finals. I think it might be a little too quick for that, but they do have the second half of the season to figure it out. So with All-Star break coming up, that's obviously a good time for them to get, acclimated to each other and then hit the ground running to run into April, May, and June. Who knows? They're definitely going to be the team to beat in the West, but I don't know. KD has playoff issues too.
KD has playoff issues?
Sure.
Did you just say that out your mouth?
Yeah. Recently.
KD doesn't have playoff issues.
The last couple of years he has.
How? 2 years ago he lost because his foot was on the line, and he was out there 1 superstar versus 3. And last year they were just dysfunctional. And
yeah. So what if the Suns are dysfunctional as well? Is all I'm saying. Too. We have to see this thing play out.
Kyrie's not on the Suns.
I know that's a big factor. And Chris Paul is the guy that's like, hey man, we're here to win. Just shut the fuck up. I get it. It should all work. But it was supposed to all work in Brooklyn too. Just saying. It'll be fun to watch the playoffs this year. It'll be a lot more fun than the Super Bowl. Did you watch that?
You didn't like the Super Bowl? That was a great game.
It was a great game. Oh. It's just it was great for 58 minutes. And then it's like, oh. Okay.
I hate that. If you want the call made in the first quarter, you have to accept that it's made in the fourth. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't care what nobody says. The Super Bowl is the biggest game ever. Guess what? He shouldn't have held him. So what?
Yeah.
They have to lose the game based on the fact that their man got held because you don't want them to win the game on that. Well, then tell them not to hold, and we can see if he can guard him straight up. Because the hold helped him guard him.
Right. Yeah. See, I agree with it. It is technically a hold. So get over that. And don't put yourself in that position. The part that sucks, first and foremost, selfishly, is like, you hate to have a great game end like that. Just be like, oh, it's lackluster. That sucks. It was great up until that point. So for the simple fact that the ending didn't match the meat of the game, that's kind of sucked. Because there's also been other games where the first 58 minutes sucked, and then the last 2 minutes were awesome, and then everybody complains about that. Oh man, did you see the end? It was awesome. Yeah, but the rest of it sucked. Everybody's always going to complain about something. And I'm personally complaining about the fact that the crescendo didn't match the lead up. But also,
no, it didn't.
I think that the refs did a pretty good job of letting the guys play for most of the game. And I've seen them not call that prior in the game a few times. So then the fact that they did call it, it's like, that's the time when you're supposed to let them play more. But I don't know if all these refs are, in the back of their head, they've got like the New Orleans Saints no call. And like they have these no calls in their head. So they're like, fuck it, let's call it instead. Err on the side of caution. But I always hate that is the human element of refereeing and umpiring or whatever it is. It's like, in the back of their heads, there is a slight agenda of, I either definitely want this or definitely don't want this. And so it skews their ability to use their whistle or not use it. And it seemed like that call, they let go earlier in the game a few times, and then they call it now. So then it's like, okay. That's where it, like, the wind got sucked out of my sails, was like, 4 plays ago, you didn't just call that. Why now? That was the part that kind of was like, man, it didn't have to be like this,
No, it didn't. But at the same time, it's both ways, because if they don't call it, then they technically had an advantage. And if they win the game on that, that is baloney. You know it.
Yeah, because I do definitely echo your sentiment. Like, yeah, the hold wasn't necessarily like an egregious hold. However, that guy would have had 2 steps on him had he not held him and then been wide open. So,
Been wide open.
What does the throw make it? Does it, there's all the other elements in play. However, a lot of people don't realize, like, if you stop somebody in the beginning, that gets them from getting away further. Now, all these, like, these calls that happen down the field where you're, like, running and they're starting to get away and they're like, fuck it, let me tackle this guy instead of getting a touchdown, or, like, let me try and grab his jersey. Okay, they already know that they're going to get beat. But they're doing it at the tail end of the play, so it's like, oh, that's obvious. When it happens on the beginning of the play, they're still doing that same thing. They just know they're going to get beat 5 yards down the field, so I'm going to grab you now. Like, I'm not going to wait to try and catch you up and clip you at your ankles. I'm just going to get you now. It's still the same thing. It's just at a different timing in the play. So everybody's like, oh, it happened in the beginning. It's not that big of a deal. It's like, well, it is. Because he still got held because he got beat. So it doesn't really matter when the play occurs, but for whatever reason, there's a bigger outcry when it's in the beginning of a play instead of at the end.
They're like, oh, they should have called that with such a big game on the line. And
yeah, they were step for step. Yeah, because he had his hand on his jersey. He was like, he was getting towed. Like, I'm sure you haven't been surfing, but like if you go out to surf and somebody's towing you, it's so you can stay close to him. It's like they'll put their feet on the, like literally their toes on the tip of your board and paddle with their arms. That's enough to keep you with them. All that dude is trying to do is Don't get away from me, because I see that you're already... Here's the thing. The wide receiver is lined up headed straight for the goal line. When he's getting held, the defensive back is turned sideways. So this guy's already got a clear path and is moving forward. The defender would have to change direction completely, then start getting momentum to catch up with the guy. In that 1 second of time, do you realize how fast these wide receivers are? You realize how fast a 4-5 is? Like, these guys are moving. You cannot catch up to that. So put your hand on his jersey. Hopefully you get away with it. They're even taught
you
this.
Always gotta try. You always got to try anyway, man. Look, you can't just give up the touchdown.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think the call is as egregious as everybody says it is. It was just the fact that we had a great game that all the hot air got sucked out of it right at the end. Instead of that big firework explosion, it was just kind of like, oh. Yeah.
But that's also the new NFL, because they could have played to score and then gave them a chance to come back and all that, but they played that old soft. I'm a down it, run out on the clock and kick a field goal for the win. I wish he would have missed it.
Oh, I was rooting so hard for him to miss it. I was rooting so hard for that guy to be on suicide watch after the game. But not for his safety, just for the fact that, like, that's the mental anguish that somebody would have to go through. I wasn't wishing that on him. I just really wish he missed the kick. But, c'est la vie. KC wins in the books. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but did you see Damar Hamlin was at the game with Roger Goodell? This guy who had died on the field basically got brought back to life from the Buffalo Bills. They get him to the Super Bowl, and then he's getting blasted for wearing his jacket.
He should have got blasted away. You know, I'm a Christian man myself, so I can't say nothing about him but blasting him about wearing such a fucking foolish jacket. I mean, come on, dude. And the thing about it that makes me even a little bit more upset is that you know who you are in this moment, so you know there's gonna be a lot of cameras on you, dude. You know that, and that's what you picked to wear.
Yeah,
it's just not being.
I know. I love the fact that my favorite part of this story was that Adrian Peterson was outraged. It's like,
see, sometimes the message is good. The messenger is
don't
like,
you beat the piss out of women and children? Like, maybe you're not the spokesperson for Jesus today, Adrian Peterson. Maybe let somebody else come in and be like, hey, why don't you tone down that jacket? It's not really appropriate if this is what you believe. Which, you know, it sucks that the guy had to almost die and then gets all this, you know, he's like 24. He's a kid. And then he goes to the Super Bowl. And it's like, hey, remember how you almost died? Kind of wish you did. So you didn't wear that jacket, you piece of shit. Like, all right. It's a little harsh.
Yeah, no.
I get why people didn't like it. I also think that, like, slamming the guy too hard. I think that you handled it well. I think that the way that he's getting kind of dragged through the mud on this thing is kind of like, really? I mean, give him a little bit of a break. The guy who just got out of the hospital not too long ago.
No. He deserves no break for that absolute foolishness. I'm sorry. I know he almost died, but he's here on Earth. He's back to life. And to not think it all the way through, though, the fact that how popular you would be in this moment and to wear that. They'll say, like, and then when someone said something about it, like, I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to make fun of that. It's just like, you can't be that naive, bro. You can't be that naive. You couldn't have woke up that morning and just been that naive to know what's on the back of your jacket and know the fact that you're in the spotlight. And then when someone asks you, just be like, oh, I like the jacket.
What if he's just stupid and likes the jacket? Why doesn't anybody give him the benefit of the doubt on that?
Because no one giving you the benefit of the doubt. Like, in that situation, even if that is
first
true,
of all,
the case,
this jacket was about Jesus. Isn't Jesus the first person to give people the benefit of the doubt?
He is, but it wasn't about. It was a mockery of Jesus, which is the absolute.
And so, if he realizes the error of his ways, this Judas adjacent football player, he's just like, "Hey, man, I thought it looked cool. I don't know." He's like, I love Jesus and art. I thought it was a Jesus art thing. I mean, I say it sounds like that guy got to know what he was doing, but Maybe he didn't.
Yeah,
like
but
playing devil's advocate. And in this
it could be a little
situation, it
dumb,
seems
but yeah.
apropos. Oh, all right.
Yeah, he could be a little dumb, but not that dumb. I'm not even gonna give him that benefit of the doubt. Sorry.
All right. Quick rundown. Next season Super Bowl odds. KC's the favorite. Plus 550. Do you have any guesses on who's next?
Cowboys.
They're down the list. I'm talking for reals. Who's second?
I thought it might have been the Cowboys for real, but it's probably the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, so KC is at plus 550, favorites to win. Philly is plus 750, second favorite. San Francisco, without a quarterback, is third at plus 800.
They have 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, but then they're going to have none. Trey Lance doesn't count as a quarterback. Jimmy G's out of there. And Brock Purdy, who knows if he's going to be ready to go.
Brock Purdy is going to be the starter.
I think so, and I hope so. The Bills and Bengals are both after that at plus 850. Then we have a jump. Then we get the Cowboys at plus 1800. Sixth on the list. Then it's your Los Angeles Chargers at plus 2200. And then guess who the next 3 that round out the top 10? All at plus 2500.
One of them's the Jaguars.
They are.
It's a lot of people high on the Jags.
And guess who they're paired with, which makes no fucking sense. The Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets.
Well, because if you look at the pieces of the Raiders, they don't miss a lot of pieces. Like if you go position to position.
The Raiders and Jets have the
quality.
same position as the 49ers. They're without a quarterback. But they're also banking on the fact that one of them's going to get Aaron Rodgers, I bet.
No. Because I'm talking about the rest of the pieces on the team. Like if you go position by position.
Yeah.
For the Raiders, I don't believe this to be for the Jets because the Jets' offensive line is pretty bad. The Raiders isn't. The Raiders have ends. They don't have an interior. They have ends. They have Colton Miller and the other guys, so they have ends.
Yeah, but the Jets'
like,
defense is better than the Raiders, so everything kind of,
It's better, but the pieces. See, the coaching is better. But if you look at the pieces of the Raiders' defense, technically speaking, they have pieces at all 3 levels.
Yeah.
They have pieces at all 3 levels. Okay. You just need someone to coach them up and maybe get an interior defensive guy, and probably you need to get better at linebacker. But I like their 2 corners. They're just young, and I like their safety.
They need a quarterback.
They cut the other dude. Everyone needs a quarterback.
Not Kansas City or Philly. Or Buffalo. Or Cincinnati. So 4 out of the top 6 teams don't need a quarterback. San Francisco and Dallas both need one.
That San Francisco and Dallas definitely needs one. I wish we could trade for one of yours. I'd happily take Trey Lance right now for Dak, straight up.
We don't want Dak.
You ain't even got to throw in no picks for that. Nah. Like just straight Lance for
Good, because the Niners don't have any picks. I don't know if you've been paying attention the last couple of years. We don't have any picks till like 2027.
You don't need no picks for Dak. And we'll pay half the salary. We'll take on Lance's contract and pay half of Dak's salary.
Give me Brock Purdy. I'd take Brock Purdy over Dak. You can have Brock
as your starter. Dak will be your backup because Brock Purdy gets paid nothing.
Yeah,
you always need a backup. You see how easy Brock went out. Y'all had the bad quarterback experience. Why not have Dak on your backup? And then next year you can cut him and free up $40 million on your cap.
Maybe. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I just wanted to throw that out because the Cowboys were sniffing real close to the Jaguars, which is ridiculous. The Jaguars, they need so much more.
When all of those factors come into fact, we do play in a division with the team who just went to the Super Bowl and expected to remain as good or better, while the Jags play in a division where they'll most likely win it because their division stinks.
Yeah.
So they are technically speaking, their chances are automatically better than ours because they're probably going to win a division and we'll probably have to be in a wild card. So that's the first start. But Cowboys will probably make the playoffs again, and then Dak will fold in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, it's not looking good for you guys. You guys are on the steady decline, but like not the revamp because everything around Dak is pretty awesome. It's just him. And I think Kellen Moore getting out of there is going to be good for you guys, but whatever. Well, with all this football gone, we do have more time to watch regularly scheduled programming. Have you gotten into any of that stuff yet? I know you were diving back in.
No, I really ain't been. I've been taking care of just like my mom lately, so I really ain't been watching a lot of TV. I did try to start Love Is Blind, so but
the aftermath.
No, it's a new season.
Oh, I thought it was the people that were on the last season. I thought it was their comeback stuff and like what happened a year later or whatever.
No. They might have dropped one of those seasons too, but no, they definitely got a new season of Love Is Blind. What else have I been watching? I'm always watching SVU while the season's out. I stopped watching the BMF. I watched like the first episode. I ain't seen no more of that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it, man. Sports and outside of sports, man, just been chilling. How about you? What's new?
There's something new on Netflix, the Bill Russell Legend. It's like a 2-part documentary. I'll probably watch that at some point, but here's the thing about documentaries. I don't usually like them. And second, if it's about like a sport or a player that I'm pretty well versed in, I don't want to sit through a documentary of like facts that I already know. You know what I mean? So I do want to watch it because I love Bill Russell. But I think that'll be something I put on, and if I fall asleep, I don't care.
And that's how it was for me with the Baltimore one. Like, it's a whole bunch of shit in there I already know. So I started it, but I kind of fell asleep on it. But I recorded it, so I'm going to watch it. But it's like, it's not a must-see. Like, I was alive for this era.
Yeah.
And social media was ramped. Like, this is when social media...
When everything started, yeah.
Yeah, so you all's business was already... You know what I'm saying? Like, I know most of y'all business. It was in the streets. Like, people of our era won't need a documentary. Like, ain't much in your life we don't know about, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So... Yeah, but
right. So that one's on there. I did start watching Full Swing, which is the new like golf.
I just saw the preview for that, and I was gonna watch that, which is so weird. But instead of watching that, I cut on what was the show? I just cut it on like literally while I was waiting for you to get and so we can record or whatever. What was it? I saw the Top Swing one, and then I cut on something about like a painting heist, and I forgot. It was about a painting heist in what city is that? Like Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's a good drunk history on that one. But it's called Full Swing, and it's on Netflix. Yeah, I've seen it. It's okay. I watched the first episode earlier today just to have something to review on here. It's okay.
And let me clarify something I said. I think we spoke about like the Cocaine Bear movie.
Yes.
Was that you? And I said I would never watch it because that's just completely foolish.
Yes.
But now that I know it's based on a true story, I might watch it because it might be a little bit interesting.
Okay. All right. Well, if you watch that, get back to me for sure. I want to hear about it, but I don't want to watch it.
Oh, no, I'll probably watch it. I'm not going to the movies and pay for it.
No, I know that. I'm saying when the time comes, bring it here.
All right. Got you. I'll let you know. Because I had no interest in it because in my mind, that's complete idiotic foolishness. Shit, it never happened, but it's based on a true story. So it really happened. So that I need some like background. So I started reading up on it and got some background on it. So now I want to see the movie and see how they depicted it. So yeah, I got you, bro.
Right on. I will say the full swing thing, it's pretty good if you want to get into golf. Not get into golf, but you don't have to be into golf to appreciate it. It's just like any other, docuseries type thing. They follow it around, edit the fun parts together. But I watched the first episode, which was about Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth and their relationship or whatever. Really, the only thing that kind of stood out to me was that when Jordan Spieth was exercising, he was wearing one of his Under Armour like polo shirts, like a golf shirt. I'm like, bro, that is weak. You're working out in a polo shirt. You're not working out very hard. It's about as strong as this first episode. It's just very lackluster, man.
They only got a couple years left, so they better make as much money as they can.
Spieth has a
Charlie's coming to take over.
ton of time left. He's one of the younger cats.
I don't care how young he is. When Charlie hits the PGA store, he's going to own that shit.
Maybe.
Yeah. Have you seen him swing, bro? Like, have you seen him swing the club? Have you seen how far he drives the ball already?
Nope.
Like, this shit is utterly ridiculous, bro. That Tiger has created this fucking monster. He's a fucking monster, dude.
Of course.
Tiger has created a monster. I think he's gonna be better than Tiger. I think he's gonna win more majors than Tiger.
Well, I'm sure that's the plan.
If he stays healthy, because I've seen him play a couple times. I watched him, like, if he comes on TV, the time he paired up with Tiger, and then he was in another tournament that the kid's got it. Like, he's got it, man. Which is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Good for that guy. Fuck him. I don't care either way. How about that? Oh, and I've gotten through 2 seasons of Stranger Things. I kind of started.
Okay, so that means you like it. That's good.
Well, here's the thing. I'm definitely over it now. 2 seasons is enough. I tried to start watching the third one, and I'm like, it's just one of those things.
2 seasons in, you gotta finish it.
I know, that's the only reason why I'm still going on it, but I am gonna take a break because it's like the first season was good. I could see why it was interesting, and then with anything that starts off supernatural, it has to go bigger each time. So each season it has to get bigger. And it's like, when you see like the first Resident Evil movie or whatever, any type of movie, and it's like, it takes them all fucking movie to kill this one thing, and it took every ounce of everything to kill the one thing. And then the second movie, it's like there's thousands, and now all of a sudden they're just amazing at killing these things that were unkillable before. Now they're dropping like flies. Like, I can't suspend belief that far. It's only been a year. Y'all pretended like nothing else happened. All you did was start to get into weird puberty ages. And then now you can take on armies of these things. It's like, fuck. Come on, man. Help me get there with you. Don't just flip it. And then it's like, okay, that's season 2. Now we've defeated armies of these things. Now what's next? And it's like, oh, this dimension is still open, and now it's even bigger, and more people are involved. Not just this little town anymore. And it's like, oh, so that's season 3. It's like, now it's a worldwide thing that these people in this town have to deal with. It's like, oh, why can't you get other people involved at this point? I don't know. It's just like, it's really tough to suspend that much belief that these people who are normal, seemingly, are capable of just doing these incredible things without any type of training. Like, they didn't show an 80s montage of these kids, like, in their off season, like, fuck that, these guys might come back. So, like, practicing. No. They just went. It was like literally the jump skip from season 1 to season 2 was like a year went by. Just enough time for everything to feel like it went back to normal, and then things are kicking back up. They weren't doing anything they were just grieving and like trying to wrap their heads around being normal for the past year. Now all of a sudden they're beast slayers and they only go out at night. Why do they only go out at night, Mike? Why don't they go out during the day to look for all these weird things? Everybody waits till night. I can't do it.
Because they know they only come out at night, man.
But when they're investigating, they're doing it like during the nighttime. Like they're not looking for like missing people during the day. That's when everybody just goes about their business. And then as soon as they punch out, it's like, okay, let's go back to the really scary, weird thing. It's like they just suspend belief for the day. They're like, well, we do have to go to school and work. But then at night, we're back on this lead. It's like when people are missing and dying, that's not a full-time gig now. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. So season 3, I'm going to take a little while before I dive into that.
Sounds like you should, buddy. Sounds like you should.
Oh. All right. Well, we've already run way too long. I'm going to skip the top 5 this week. I don't have time for it. I have kids. You have shit to do. We all have stuff to do.
Let them know, Brendan. We have shit to do.
I love you guys very much. And I love you, Mike, even though I can't see you and haven't been able to see you this whole time.
I love you too, my guy. And I know, man, it's a shitty episode in that watch, but I kind of, we enjoyed each other as we always do, my guy.
And next week, we'll get to this week's top 5. We'll just roll it back to next week. Episode 112. All right. Well, everybody be good to each other. Mike, I love you. Thank you for trying to work this out with me. We'll get it better next time. I love you very much, and be good to each other.
No problem, my guy. I love you too. You have a great rest of your evening. Tell the kids I said I love them.
Will do. All right. Peace.
All right. Bye.